Hi, I'm Carol Berglund and welcome to my YouTube channel. I do acrylic pour paintings on this channel. I do other paintings as well, but this YouTube channel is specifically for acrylic pour paintings. Please watch, you might find it very informative and fun. And if you like what you see, give me a like, share it, and subscribe. It's free.
Hi, Carol Berglund here. I've been pouring. I'm going to pour another one. I'm going to use the same color combinations that I used on the last two pours, because when I mix paint I need to use it up, especially when it's not my usual paints of the red and yellow and orange, etc. But I got Deco Art Metallics, Folk Art Daybreak Yellow, Apple Barrel Tuscan Red, and this Extreme Glitter Folk Art. It's white hologram. It's glittery, and I've been working with it, and I'm going to try something a little different with it tonight. I've got some green paint that I've got a touch of yellow in. This is my regular Saks True Flow Heavy Body paints that I mix up. This one's mixed with Floetrol, probably not 1-to-1, probably 1.5-to-1, because it is a heavier body paint. The other paints are mixed with glue and water, 70% glue, 30% water. The Floetrol is just Floetrol, but I do use water to thin. So tonight, in my efforts to try to get this glitter to show up on the white, I have mixed some Amsterdam acrylic. I mixed it 3-to-1 Floetrol, and then I put in the glitter white hologram. And you really can't see it on camera, but on my last painting, once it dried, all the white disappeared and it left the glitter. And so that's what I'm going for this evening. Anyway, I put down some white, just poured a polo in the center, and I'll spread it with my hand. The white paint is and here's some of that just glitter white. Just mixed glitter white with glue and water. I'll set that aside. This is my Payne's Gray. Because of my last two paintings, this really took over. I don't want my paintings to be too dark. This is that beautiful Tuscan Red. There's just something about that color for me. I don't know why. I do adore it. I'm thinking if I layer these cups, I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm just kind of going over them like that. Let me do the yellow. So they say to calculate how much paint you need is to take the height and length, which is this 14 by 14, multiply that together, it's 196, divide by 28, and you come up with 7. So technically I only need 7 ounces, but sometimes I run a little short when I do that. So I'm not always putting a lot of stock in that formula. I did put some silicone oil in these paints, but I seem to have trouble making cells with these, so we'll see if we get a different result tonight. I'm not thinking so, but we'll see. And the question is do I want to add a little pop of green? Yeah, maybe. I'll go back with a white though. And maybe by doing these layers and putting white in between the layers, the end result won't be quite so dark. And I think I'll put a little more yellow on that. I love yellow green. I'm going to come back with this red. Maybe I'll get a little bit of pops of orange next to this yellow. And I do love turquoise next to this red color. It just is such a beautiful combination. Go in with a little more of the white. I don't think I'm going to use just the glitter white. I'm going to use this for the Amsterdam. And maybe I'll put a little in. I think I will use a little bit of this. Spill your paints. A little more of the Payne's Gray. I was hoping to use all this up, but I don't want to use too much of it. Maybe I'll have enough left for just a small pour. And I think I will do a little more of this Amsterdam white. These paints, I have thinned them and thinned them, and I thin them almost every time I use them. I didn't thin them tonight. I do love this turquoise, so use it up. I got a bigger bottle of it so I can easily make some more. Okay, let me come in with a little yellow. Looks like this might be it on the yellow as well. It's kind of thick. Yellow looks like it's got smudge in it. Hope not. That's it on the yellow. Back to my Tuscan red. This is good. I'm using up these colors. And I don't think I will put any more green in there. Beautiful Payne's gray. Let's cut that where I can pour into it. Okay. Some cups here. These are coffee cups with a coffee lid, but they have a hole in it, so I cut the wax paper to put over it before I put the lid on it because it would let the air in otherwise. You don't want that. Nice little drop of this. So this is good. Use up those paints. And looks like I'm going to use up this. Yay. Going to top it off with the plain glitter white. And these cups are full. I want to keep that. I definitely love that. Okay, so they're too full to pick up and splat, splat, because it would whoosh everywhere. So one of the tricks that I learned, I have this little canvas board, is to take the cup, put it upside down like thus so, and then slide it off. So I'm going to do this one here, and I think this one here. That way you keep your paint inside. But you need some kind of stiff board. This is a canvas board that I had poured on. It warped. Now I use it to do my airbrush, change colors. And just general purpose board. Stuff like this. So I'm going to let this sit. You can tell the paint's already releasing. Let me grab up my mess here. Hope this works out. I've used up all my paints. there's definitely a trick and a technique to do it just right. But I think the biggest thing is not to overthink it. Just to grab it and pull. They say not to do this because the color's muddy, but these don't look like they're muddying too very much. And you always worry about covering your corners. I'm going to kind of come to the side here. Take a little sip. This is fizzy water with lime, no alcohol. Had that earlier. Oh. Mm. No, don't run off. Alrighty. I'm starting to tilt, and I'm going to use a stick here. I really don't want too much of this to I probably should have put the cups closer together. That corner's covered. Okay, so my corners are covered. What I like that whoosh, wash of color. I like this brightness. I like that greenish blue and yellow. I don't like that I had to overstretch. I did get some cells. Looks like more wants to come up underneath. So let me torch it and see if it does. I hope it does. Because if it doesn't, I will go back to 3-in-1 oil and seal it up. Some of these are looking really helpful, especially some of those swatches of yellow underneath. Let's see if I can get some of that up. Okay, I see a few more things coming up. I don't think a whole bunch more is going to come up, but then you never know. That's why we let it sit for a while. Let it rest and see what can kind of come up from underneath. I see some yellow under there. I'd love for that to come up. But I'm going to take my gloves off. Ouch. I'm going to pause you. I can watch a little news. Then I'm going to come back in here and see what we got. Some of these cells are really quite nice. You can kind of see a little orangey ring around this red. You can see a little coral looking ring and a yellow center. I had some Saturn looking little cells, but I had to overstretch it to get my paint to go. Anyway, I see little cells. I'd like to see a little more of them, especially right in here and right in here. But I'm not really unhappy with this. I really am not. Although it made a little mud, like right in through here. It's got this beautiful purple wash to it. So I'm really kind of liking these colors. That little swath of white in the center, or the, you know. So that looks great. I could also put a balloon on this and see what kind of colors would come up underneath with a balloon, but yeah, sometimes I like the balloon and it does make some beautiful, you know, impressions, and sometimes not. But anyway, I'm going to pause you. Let's give this some time and then I will come back. Hey, Carol Berglund here. So it's been about 5 minutes. I came back and I torched it. I can see these little yellow speckles. More of them came up when I torched it. So I really do want some more cells to come up, because I think once it had more silicone on it, we'd see more yellow and stuff come up, which would lighten this painting up. So I'm going to grab my 3-in-1 oil, put it in the palm of my hand, rub my fingers and flick it. Silicone, it is thin, a little bit easier to clean off your paintings. If you were in on my last video, I put some thicker silicone oil on it because it didn't make the cells. I think it was, my paint was thick and I had too much on there, but it left big spots on top. So I'm not going to be dropping any directly on there. I'm just going to flick it on there. Ew. Paint spreads. Anyway, so let me do that. Put a little in the palm of my hand. Dip my fingers in it. And then flick it. And I try to keep it in the direction of the painting. Okay, now I'm getting some cell action. So that's cool. Come on, take a look. Could use a little bit right there. Boy, when you flip this on, a little can go a long way. Look at that. These are like little champagne bubble cells. I like that. I do, I like that. I'm going to put my gloves on. And I'm going to go back and forth on this painting to see if I can stretch some of those cells, make them grow just a little bit bigger. pins underneath. Okay. And then up and down. So if you do it like this, you're stretching it in opposite directions. So it helps the cells to get a little bit bigger. And by going left and right and back and forth, you're trying to keep the shape a little bit better. Because if you stretch something this way, you stretch it that way, then that way, then that way, and that way, it's going to stretch it but push it back together, keep it more round. That's the theory. Okay. So I'm liking that much better. See how those cells brings up the lighter color underneath and just really kind of brightens this painting up a little bit. I wish I could see more in here, but I put enough silicone oil on it that if there were yellow underneath, it would come up by now. So I do like this. It's like a spray of brightness, the green and the turquoise. I don't really see much white. I see some here and I see some lacing through here. I wish there were more pops of white, but we'll just have to wait and see what else comes up. But I think I'm pretty much done with this. And maybe once it dries, you can see some of the, maybe the glitter will come up to the surface. You could definitely see it on my other painting. Okay, so I am pleased with that. Now that I put the cells on it. The way it was before was okay, but I do like these cells. I like the little small cells dispersed everywhere. This is cool. Looks like a little ledge where you can stand upon it. And down below is this red ravine. Then you're up high, and this is where some green, it almost looks like, and a ledge to look down. Just the way I see it. Kind of make up little stories sometimes. But anyway, this is interesting. So I'm going to end it here because I really am not going to touch it anymore. I promise. Leave it alone. And so I will bring you back for the dried results. So thank you for joining me. If you like this, give me a like, share it, and please subscribe to Carol's Art Creations. Completely free. Thank you so much. Good night. Hi, Carol Berglund here from Carol's Art Creations. I am standing outside in the sun because I was hoping I could capture the glitter. I used a Folk Art Glitter White hologram that's full of glitter, and wow, it really is sparkling and shining. The problem is, it's just like trying to film a Christmas tree. You can see my shadow from the sun. I may come in really close. Maybe I can, let me take this down. See if I can get my shadow out of it. Maybe I can do it from the side. I am so sorry I can't capture that. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, good. See that glitter? When you look at this in person, it just blows you away because there's glitter everywhere. That white sparkly glitter, the white sinks and it leaves the glitter, but you can really see it up in here. But this one's quite nice. I didn't care for this at first, but now I just absolutely love it. And I've named it Alien Beach. Come back out. So that's my painting. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a like, share, and please subscribe to Carol's Art Creations. Thank you. Bye-bye.